A street racing operation leads to 4 criminals behind bars at the Marceno Motel, plus an amazing deputy recognized as Law Enforcement Officer of the Year. All this and more on today's episode of Live with Lcso. Good evening and happy Monday. I'm Public Information Officer Jessie Santero. Over the weekend, Sheriff Carmen Marceno and many of our agency members attended the annual Law and Order Ball, where 5 individuals were finalists for the Law Enforcement Officer of the Year award. This year was the first time in 3 years where we were able to gather for this special occasion due to COVID-19 and Hurricane Ian. 2 of this year's nominees were our very own deputies, Deputy Michelle Wilson and Deputy Tyler Duvall. Prior to becoming a law enforcement officer, Deputy Duvall served our country as a combat vet. His training and expertise from his time in the Army is exemplified during his calls for service. He goes above and beyond to save lives every single day. In one instance, he saved a man's life during a traffic crash caused by 2 teenagers who stole a vehicle. He kept the man with a broken jaw breathing and stabilized his spine. Deputy Duvall also performed CPR on a 3-month-old child, saving their life. He also comforted a canine who was struck by a vehicle and had his leg caught in the bumper. Duvall is a phenomenal individual who always uses his skills to keep the Lee County residents and animals safe during their time of need. Deputy Wilson is another incredible individual who puts service above self, and in this instance, only 4 hours into her very first shift as a law enforcement officer, Wilson acted with heroism and saved the life of her field training officer. In 2021, our deputies responded to a convenience store where a violent crime occurred. Deputy Wilson and her FTO searched the area for the suspect when they found him walking down a nearby roadway. When Wilson's FTO exited the patrol vehicle to comfort the suspect, he began attacking her and attempting to stab her with a knife. Wilson acted with no hesitation and no other option. She utilized deadly force to end the violent threat and prevent severe injury or death of her FTO. Only 4 hours into her shift, she acted with bravery and unwavering certainty, doing what was needed to save the life of her FTO. We are truly honored to have such incredible people work for us at the Lee County Sheriff's Office. In case you missed it, on Saturday, Deputy Wilson received the Law Enforcement Officer of the Year award. Her bravery and heroism is truly unmatched, and we couldn't be more proud of her actions. This weekend, our deputies conducted a traffic suppression operation that focused on car club meets and street racing throughout the county. On Friday, deputies were on scene at the 7-Eleven on State Road 82 and Sunshine. They noticed 2 pickup trucks drag racing eastbound on State Road 82 going 120 miles per hour. One of the trucks did a U-turn and entered into the 7-Eleven parking lot. The driver of the truck, Jose Espinoza, was placed under arrest for street racing and his truck was seized. Also during the operation, deputies stopped a vehicle driven by Joseph Nitsche. Upon search of this vehicle, deputies located a zippered pouch containing fentanyl inside. They also found unprescribed pills. Nitsche was arrested and charged with possession of a controlled substance without prescription and possession of fentanyl. On Saturday, while monitoring the area of Imperial River Bridge, deputies noticed 2 motorcycles driving northbound with no license plates displayed. Deputies attempted to catch up to the motorcycles but were unable to. At this time, our aviation unit was deployed. Aviation followed the motorcycles and monitored them accelerating at high rates of speed, running red lights and attempting to outdistance each other. A traffic stop was attempted at US 41 and Vintage Parkway, and both motorcycles fled the stop. Aviation observed the motorcycles entering the Spectra apartment complex off of Emerson Square Boulevard. As deputies arrived on scene, they located the 2 suspects, James Krakouan and Evan Brunner, inside of the breezeway. Both suspects were taken into custody and charged with street racing, fleeing to elude, and unregistered motor vehicle. At the conclusion of the operation, there were 56 citations and 4 arrests. On Saturday, our Teen Driver Challenge program partnered with Lee Health to bring a new experience to the classroom. Students participated in 2 virtual simulations, texting and driving, as well as impaired driving. To no surprise, every student crashed in both situations. Minimizing distractions and eliminating impaired driving is crucial to keeping our roads safe. If you are interested in attending the Teen Driver program, call 239-561-8336 or email teendriverchallenge@sheriffleefl.org. Thank you for joining us on this week's episode of Live with Lcso. Be sure to tune in Wednesday for Midweek with Marceno, and another episode of Live with Lcso will air on Friday. Have a great night.